Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Billion Damage Cards, the series where I look for cards that will do at least a billion damage for their run. Since the Titan Takeover today is Showdown in the lead position, I figured I would talk about Goldberg. I'm sure everybody's probably got him figured out, but I wanted to show him off just in case. He's pretty simple. He's running two moves. The Spear deals some damage and increase the damage of all your gems by 200% for one turn. The reversal doesn't trigger in Titan, just because none of the Titans change gem damage. That's why. And then the Gorilla Press Spinebuster deals some damage, make the top row into Snowfall yellow gems, which will modify all gems into yellow when broken by you, and then make all the Snowfall gems into purple, which reloads itself and blows up the board yellow. All right. For accoutrement, I do have both sets of gears, so I'll get a 75% boost to all gems here, and all color moves start with 4 more move points. With Tour perks, that means I'll start with 8 MP, meaning I will not need an MP trainer at all. I do have the jackhammer here, just in case for some reason I need to reload purple. I don't think I ever will, but it's here. The entourage, I'm going with nothing but gem damage. So I've got Cena for 50%. I've got Abby the Witch for 50%. I've got Zombie Punk for 40%. And then I think I had Stunning Steve on here for 40 extra. Did I put him on Muda? I did, so let's do this instead. I'm just going to go with Hall of Fame Hogan. No, I'm not. I'm going to do Striker Bret Hart for 35%. We'll split the difference. Yay, we did it. Cool. Stunning Steve would probably be the best here. Okay. And then for strap, you would ideally want 150% here. This is just going to be 50. I am running Fury 3s with yellow in the gem damage position. For plates, I'm running with yellow Royal Rumble, so he's essentially going to blow the board twice. And then I'm going to pull out the RK Overload. Now, this plate doesn't really help in feuds and stuff like that for Goldberg because the way plates activate. This will not trigger until after the pin if this is a feud or a showdown. But there's no pin that we have to worry about. So every time we break 4 or more purple gems, increase your yellow gem damage by 50% for 2 turns. You do actually get a little bit of a damage boost here from that plate. It's not a ton. If you don't have it, don't worry. Now, there is an argument to be made that if you have the Rainbow Snowfall and a Maze Crown right here, you may end up getting about 500 million more damage per run. I haven't tested it because I don't have the Rainbow Snowfall plate, but I have had some of my friends tell me that plate combination does work. All right. So we're going to hop into it, and we'll track the damage as we go. Now, Goldberg is kind of incredibly consistent here, and I like that. Like I said, he starts loaded, and our boss damage is 327.89. So there's going to be 2 ways to run this. You could spear and then Gorilla Press the Spinebuster all the way out, and that's what we'll do the first time. Or you could spear, Spinebuster, spear, and spear. Sorry, other way around. Spear, Spinebuster, spear, Spinebuster, Spinebuster. Sorry. So you're catching this buff twice. I'm going to run them both ways just so you can see what's up. So the first thing we're going to do is hit the spear, and then it's going to be 4 Spinebusters. Pretty simple, right? Now, for this first go around, the RK Overload plate has not triggered. So this is all just kind of base damage and an incredible cascade. We'll take it. But now the RK overload plate is active. We're getting 50% here. After this one's done, we'll be getting 100%. And then after this one's done, we'll be getting 150%. And after this one's done, the boss is going to wipe our buffs, so it won't matter. But we're slowly ramping damage. Not the most exhilarating gameplay. I recognize that. There we go. Spine Buster one more time. Let's see exactly how much damage we've done. And that's going to be about 530 million. Okay. So let's do it the other way this time. Let's spear, spine buster, spear, spine buster, spine buster. Okay. So we're getting one extra round of buffs in, but we are taking away an RKO plate activation. So it won't exactly be an apples to oranges comparison. And 327.36. Let's make sure we have our calculator loaded. So here's the first spine buster. Don't have to worry about his power gems, which is awful nice. Okay, and for our third action here, we are going to spear again. So now we should be up to rainbow gems are 400%. And now we're just going to spine buster out. And one more time. This should be the largest of all of the hits so far. Should be. We did 300 million last time, I think, and we're just going to be a little north of that. Minus 326.57 puts us at 790 million. So that is a pretty significant increase in damage. So you want to run spear twice. Okay. And we'll run it one more time with the double spear just to make sure that there is no anomalies. I know this isn't the most groundbreaking damage that you're going to be able to find in this mode, and probably not even the best showboat to use for this mode, but my thinking was everybody's got a Goldberg, and they probably built the Goldberg up at least for training purposes. And if you don't have him built up for training purposes, go build him up for training purposes. But at the very least, you'll have a usable showboat, since you need 5 at least one day a week. This isn't a terrible option to have. $326.57 is what it was. Minus. Oh, we critted. That's nice. That one that crit must have really helped us out. That put us at almost $1 billion alone. So that's about 2.1 bill. We'll take it. When the goal is to find something that does 1 billion and we found something that does 2, I'll take that as a win. There are a couple other plates you can take a look at if you don't have a Royal Rumble, but you do have a Maze Crown. You can pair a Maze Crown with the Turtle plate that is break yellow, throw green. You could try that one. And there's also superior tech out there. Whenever you break purple, choose 7 red to make into yellow. and that compare with some stuff too. And then obviously the yellow snowfall and the rainbow snowfall plates also would provide a little bit of a different type of damage. Won't blow up as many gems, but your boost will be much higher. Anyway, I hope you've learned something today. I hope you've been entertained by something today. Or I hope you just like the sound of my voice. If any of those three things are true, do me a favor, click like, click subscribe, share with your faction mates, and I'll talk to you next time. Late.